Thank you. Okay, well.
All right, we'll go ahead. We have Syracuse coach Felicia Jack and her student athletes Deasia Fair and Sanaya Wilson. And coach, if you open with a statement.
Well, we just got to figure out how to play on the stage, and I just tell you, we're everyone says this, we're way better than this, and I'm going to add to that list of people who say the same thing, and we could have started the game in the fourth quarter. I think you had last year, our whole problem was the fourth quarter, and now that seemed like the quarter that we have the most success in, so kudos to Florida State. I thought they kind of made us play bad. That's the sign of a great team, and I wish them the best of luck moving forward.
All right, questions? Okay, we'll start right here on the right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Chris Carlson from the Syracuse Post-Standard. Felicia, did you think there was did you think it was energy on your part, execution? What was sort of lacking?
Both.
Do you think the break impacted?
I don't know. You know what? Some people like myself, I think that I need rest, and when I get rest, I'm going to become an impact. These two, they played with gumption, if you will. I'm not going to give us an excuse. We just pissed down our leg, and we can't have that happen anymore. And we don't have no more time because now the next game we don't have success in, we go home. And that's what can make me emotional because I love this team, I love these players, and I just think that we have to all believe that we too are enough. And I think that when we got out there and the interesting calls at the beginning created a stoppage in us going forward, I just felt like we just couldn't get back into who we were trying to be out there. And so it is what it is, and we're going to have to reflect and get back to who I think that we can become.
We'll go in the middle, 5 rows back.
Ian Nicholas, WJPZ. Coach, this is really only the second time this season that your team has been on the end of a lopsided loss. Going back to that North Carolina game, what were some of the emotions that your team had from that one-sided loss that they used, took it, rest of ACC play, to where you got to this point?
That's an interesting question. Like, you want me to remember how I felt since the North Carolina game?
How do you, the emotions that your team had from the only other one-sided loss that you had this season, what were those emotions that you can harness again as you go into another leg of your season?
We didn't play well. We didn't come out with energy. We didn't play like we the third best team in the conference, and it had nothing to do with North Carolina and our feelings towards that game. We had such success throughout. We had some failures in between that, and so I don't know how you add those two together and make it make sense. So I really don't know how to answer your question, honestly, other than to say that this is a disappointment, and we want to get better.
We'll go right in front of him.
This is for either Deasia or Sanaya. Obviously, this is a very tough loss with an NCAA tournament game coming pretty soon. How do you guys as a team kind of bounce back, and where are some of the ways you can kind of recollect you guys as a team emotionally?
I think we start by telling each other the truth and getting back to who we are, and that's playing Syracuse basketball. And I feel like in the middle of the game, more so in the second quarter, beginning of the third, that wasn't who we were. And that's all it's going to take for us to be who we are, and that's tell each other the truth and regroup and reset.
Let's just be clear, we earned this opportunity, guys. We didn't, no one gave us anything. It's not, okay, here in NCAA now, and how you're going to retract what you've done today. This is a 40-minute game. We have a 23+6 game resume that says that we are one of the 64 teams, and we're going with our head up, and we're going with the gumption that we're going out there to win 6 games. And this is going to be energetic, and this is not you're not going to catch us on our emotional moment and have us pit things against each other. Not that you're trying to do that, but I want my players to understand we did nothing wrong other than didn't play for 3 quarters. And that doesn't mean that we weren't great for 23 wins. We really beat some people, and that's really great in this conference. This is a gauntlet of a conference. conference. Don't think that Florida State isn't a great team. They're amazing, and they've made us play poorly, and we helped by not coming ready, unfortunately, in the first 3 quarters. But please understand, the excitement in Syracuse women's basketball is just that. Excitement. The energy wasn't there for 3 quarters. It bit us in the tail. Our goal is to get that energy back, and we bring on whoever is our opponent come postseason. Sorry I had to jump in.
No, that's fine.
We'll go here to the center right.
Zach Wolf from the Daily Orange. This is for you, Coach. Tanaya Latson, obviously in foul trouble early in the first half, but then kind of really came alive there in that second half. Just what did you see from her and kind of what she had going in again in that second half?
Special player. She knew how to manage her fouls, and they took her out, and we didn't take advantage of it, and while she was on the bench. But the other kids stepped up too, right? And she came back out there and really showed why she's like first team all conference, and kudos to her.
We'll go to the right again.
It's for either Deasia or Sanaya. Obviously, you guys are up here because you did have more energy. But do you have a sense of why it was lacking? If you had to guess why, things were a little flat tonight.
I just think collectively we just didn't come to play. I think it took some of us, but we need every piece of our team in order to gain success. So, yeah.
We'll go in the center.
Cooper Andrews with the Daily Orange. Coach Wyckoff was in here earlier, and she kind of talked about the game plan they had, stopping Deasia from being able to attempt a lot of 3-pointers. How did you guys try to adjust to, Deasia being held to only 5 points, and what do you think kind of lacked from inside the arc tonight in your offense?
5 points.
5 3-point attempts.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's a team game. If you stop one player on our team, shouldn't stop our team. And that's what's the unfortunate part, is that we let our opponent coaches believe that if you stop one of our players, then you stop Syracuse. And that's what we're going to go work on.
We'll take just a few more questions. We'll go in the center.
Andrew Sullivan, WJPZ Radio. Coach, I feel like a couple of the losses this year have been in large part due to rebounding. I know rebounding was a bit of a concern tonight. What did you think your team could have done better to out-rebound Florida State?
We had 52 rebounds to 30 versus NC State and lost. It's a collective thing. It's a bunch of things that went wrong in the game. We didn't rebound, nor did the ball bounce our way a couple times, and shots didn't go our way, and normal shots that we usually make didn't go in. It's a bunch of things that went wrong, and one of them is rebounding. Being out-rebounded 50 to 34 isn't who we are, and we're going to get better with that, but we certainly had 52 rebounds the last game and came out on the short end and was only able to take 7 free throws. And how do you take 52 rebounds and only get to the free throw line 7 times? We got to, I guess, be more aggressive, and we will.
Final question will come from the right.
Felicia, obviously, Isabel wasn't able to make the trip, and the NCAA tournament's a long way off. Do you expect her to be, full go when that time comes?
My expectation is yes. Thank you so much for all you guys do for women's basketball.
Thank you, ladies, and good luck in the NCAA tournament. Locker room was open for another 15 minutes for Syracuse. Yep. If you just want to go that way, you can.